Oh, I'll be right back. Sorry, guys. Hey, Ross Lynch. Sorry for the view. Oh. Eyes only without headphones. Oh. Hi, Alex. Welcome to the insanity that is going to be today's live. Are you from the Philippines? I have some. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get into my Chromebook. And it just wasn't working. Well, it's working. It's my brain that's not working. No Wi-Fi. Well, you're connecting. I don't know why it does that. It has started to trying to, instead of connecting to our router, it tries to connect to my brother's. Well, I'm like, that's not going to work. Oh, yeah. I need this. How is everybody? I got up this morning so happy. I do, but I do have other stuff as well. I just don't have anything representing the animals that we're talking about today. I opened up the wrong thing. So typical. Here we go. Before I get into today's live, let's do announcements really quick, if that's okay with everybody. Well, it's not like you have a choice, really. Right? I mean, ultimately, it's up to me. You guys won't see my face, I think. We have 1,829 subscribers. That is 23 more, or 23 in the last 28 days. We are down to 7.1 thousand views and 127.3 watch time hours. I need to start doing some stuff. So we are behind, but I think I know how to fix that. And then we are at 28,000. Well, no, that's a lie. 2,839 public watch hours and 6.1 thousand shorts views. Shorts will be coming back. I'm hoping to have some up today. Other announcements. We are changing the time, the date of the big announcement. The 6 hour or the 9 hour live, 12 hour live, whatever it is. We're changing the date for that. It has not been picked, but that will be changing. Other announcements. Yeah. I don't know how to type it all. I'm sorry. Where's the smoke? Mason, like you would know. Adrian, what is your issue? Hi, Sabar. Hi, Jeremy Battle 205. Ah, okay. I don't have this open yet. Okay, guys. We are going to get into today's topic. Triceratops Triceratops's name means three-horned face, which if you think about it, makes sense. Its dinosaur type is Ceratopsin. Okay, Jeremy Battle. And to be in this group, a dinosaur has to have a parrot-like beak, some type of a frill, usually behind the head, and in many, many cases, horns. And the number of horns in this group can vary. Our animal just has 3. There are around 67 different species or types of this animal out there. Now, I think Triceratops has 2. Yeah, I think there's 2 species of Triceratops. So, this is Triceratops. You can see they do sort of have a parrot-like beak, sort of. And you can see those massive horns and a shorter horn on the head, or on the nose, I should say. This dinosaur was 9 meters long, or 29 and a half feet, and it weighed in at 100 kilo. I am not able to talk today. 10,000 kilograms, or 22,462 pounds, or 11 tons in weight. Its teeth could have handled things like palm fronds, which are known to be a little bit tough. And it lived 68 to 66 million years ago. Their horns would have been used to fight off predators, as well as fight off other Triceratops. And we know this because we have found frills that have been punctured by the horns of other Triceratops, as well as horns that have been bitten off by predators. Hi, Ink Games 3. While many ceratopsians lived in herds, it would seem that this particular type of dinosaur did not, that they were loners. So they probably came together to breed, and that was about it. D-Man 9FP, we don't know that. I don't know if you can hear me or not. Some dinosaurs, we kind of have an idea because we have found fossilized skin or mummified skin and been able to look at it. Some of them, yes. Not all dinosaurs. Well, we'll talk about that later. Triceratops was discovered in 1887 by a Mr. O.C. Marsh. Now, Marsh was a paleontologist, and he first found a pair of horn cores. What that means is that these guys have a bony core that sits that's inside of the horns. And they sort of help give the horns their shape. At first, he actually thought that they were bison horns. That was not the case. The bone cores would have been surrounded Yeah, they did. I think a lot of them, they would have made up stories about them being dragons or stuff like that. Yeah. They would have been surrounded by keratin, which, as we talked about before on the channel, is the same stuff that your fingernails, our hair, and our toenails are made out of. The keratin would have made the horns sharper and longer than what you see before you. As well as other things. So these things were weapons. There's probably no doubt about that. Now we know that this animal was a herbivore. It would have used its beak to snip and clip plants, and then the teeth were further back in the mouth, and they would have ground up the plants. Possibly, it's believed that they may have used their horns to push down vegetation. Now, in case you're wondering, this guy never saw Stegosaurus. He never saw Allosaurus. And the predator that he would have faced off with would have been T-Rex. I don't have T-Rex. So that is a little bit about Triceratops. Now, I have another Ceratopsian in my collection. And this is Torosaurus. You can see the also has 2 horns, or 3 horns, I should say. A frill that sits much lower on the neck. Anyway, I just thought that was cool. We're going to switch gears. And I'm going to bring out no, I did not say that, but you would be correct. Stegosaurus, on the other hand, was discovered by Arthur Lake in Colorado, but would later be named by O.C. Marsh, the same guy, that's right, the same guy that discovered the Triceratops. Stegosaurus is best known for the plates on its back, as well as the spikes on his tail, and that small head, with a brain that probably was about the size of a plum or a walnut. These dinosaurs came from the late Jurassic period and lived in North America. And if I didn't say it, Triceratops also lived in North America. Now, we don't know what the plates were used for, but we do need to talk about them. A couple of things. Oh, wait, no, not yet. Okay. It is thought that the plates might have been used for display purposes. They may have been used to attract a mate. They also may have been very vascular, meaning that they had blood vessels running to them. Another theory. Oh, wait. Okay. So these plates may have been very vascular and may have worked like an elephant's ears. Elephant ears have a lot of blood vessels in them, and they help to eliminate heat from the body, allowing the animal to sort of regulate its body temperature. Now, some things that we do know about these plates. We know that the plates were not connected to the skeleton. So these do not tie into the backbone at all. We do know that the plates do fossilize. But oftentimes when you find a Stegosaurus fossil, the plates are not with the backbone. They're sort of lying to the side or whatever. These plates may have also offered protection to the animals. And they're pretty much, as an animal, they're pretty much the same length as Triceratops. Now, I'm going to sort of go off the, I'm going to go off the script for a few minutes. Even though we've seen countless fights between this animal and this animal, the two never met. This guy would have been hunting Triceratops, not Stegosaurus. In fact, these guys would have been chased around North America by Allosaurus. And Allosaurus would have hunted him. These guys would have shared North America with Apatosaurus or Brontosaurus and Diplodocus or Diplodocus. I think that's how you pronounce it. So yeah, anyway. I need to see what else I can dig up. Stegosaurus, again, would have been a herbivore. They're a much older, I believe they're a much older dinosaur than the one we were just looking at. These spikes would have been used for defense. He doesn't have very big spikes. And he would have been from the Jurassic, by the way, if I didn't... Wait, I thought they were... No, sorry. So in 1977, at the Dinosaur National Monument, they actually removed a baby or a young Stegosaurus. That was the most complete juvenile that we have of this species. So these guys would have lived 152 to 145 years ago. Again, they would have been found in the United States. Now, when they first discovered this animal, Marsh thought that the plates were covered the body instead of being up, that they would have covered the body. That was not the case. there are a couple of different species of the sky. By the way. And like I said, they would have been hunted by a totally different group of animals. Not by T-Rex, not by Kong, by Allosaurus. Sorry to hear that, Ross Lynch. I know you guys have been missing the shorts. I promise they are coming back. I don't know why, but I find the shorts harder to do than the videos. Raptors. No, I did not. They actually canceled it. I don't know if they settled out of court or what happened, but no, this happens every single time that I do jury duty. Every single time. I've yet to sit on a trial. But that also means that I can be called up again. I am thankful. If you have not seen it, you need to check out the Bigfoot video. It is up and posted. I am working on the sandbox video. That should be up tonight. I started working on the script last night. I am not going to touch on the poisonous side of it in this video. As you guys know, I don't like to do that. But it should be up and it should be good. I'm also switching up videos a little bit. You'll see that if you've watched any videos this week except for the Bigfoot video. And I need to know what you guys think of the new video style. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Eventually, I'm going to try putting in, what do they call it? A timeline? So you can sort of skip to the parts you want to watch. Which, I don't know why you wouldn't want to watch the whole video. But anyway, not stenography, you dork. Oh! Oh. Guys, I read about something really sort of scary. And I thought maybe you guys would want to know about it. Maybe? They had I think it was last year in Colorado, they had a sick mountain lion that somebody had called in. It wasn't walking very good. It was just not doing okay. And so not being sure exactly what was going on, the police that arrived on the scene decided to put the mountain lion out of its misery. Its back legs weren't really working very well, so they unalived it. Come to find out, after ruling out a bunch of other diseases, including rabies, they discovered that this animal had staggering disease. And I was honestly a little bit weirded out. Staggering disease is very, very, very common in Europe. And it's not super, super common, but we don't really see it in North America. You know what? I'm going to use the smaller one. So, staggering disease is much more common in other places, not so much here. So, an animal with this disease, and it's a neurological disease, is going to have a staggering, uncoordinated walk. Its gait is going to be all messed up. Loss of balance, difficulty walking or standing, tremors, seizures, behavioral changes. The first case was in May of 2023. Since then, they have had more cases in Colorado. The scary thing is that this virus, and it is a virus, has mutated. It is a disease that is related to rubella, which people at this stage, there's never been a human case of staggering disease. However, it is closely related to rubella. They are working to prevent the spread of the virus. You guys are being really quiet, and I don't know why. But they're urging people not to feed, not to interact with mountain lions, and I don't know why you would to begin with. To report any animals that you might see with strange behavior, as well as keeping your pets up to date. In Europe, it is spread by mice. And it is believed to also be spread by mice in our country. Which can make it a little bit difficult to control. the spread. I don't know if there's a vaccine for it. Currently, there is not a vaccine. So there is, right now, there's no way to prevent it from getting to your cat. If you have a cat, they recommend keeping animals indoors. Which makes sense. We don't even really know how the disease is spread. So there's that. It is known to affect zoo animals. I don't know at this point if it is. If it has been found in zoo animals. So with that being said, how is everybody? I am planning on coming back live tonight. Goof. I'm goofy? Maybe. We don't know. Again, I got it, Ross Lynch fan. I hate to do this because I feel like I do this every other week. The Philippines, I don't know if you've seen it. Ben Jam left a comment saying that he's received messages on his phone about level orange, which is a rainfall warning, potential flooding, as well as a possible, I believe, cyclone or typhoon. No idea what's going on there. But I do have fossil stuff. I have an egg. This is not sure what type of egg this would have been, but it is a cast of a dinosaur egg. As well as a few other odds and ends. But I open the door for you guys to chat. If you want to. Or you cannot. I am going to be going live probably for an hour on TikTok. Which is insane because that place drives me insane. But when is the best time to start watching Christmas movies? I would normally say after Thanksgiving in the United States, which is that changes. Yeah, it is. Usually, I don't start listening to Christmas music until after Thanksgiving. That's when I bring out my Christmas playlist and I really start enjoying it. Um but everybody can do their own thing. I don't think there has to be a set time for it. I know myself there's times when I get like a little bit of depression going on. I'll listen to it because it cheers me up. But I don't do like the whole Santa Claus music. I like the traditional carols. I asked my mom if she thought I was same. I do too. I've only seen it once. And it is good, but I've only seen it once. But A Christmas Carol is a part of my celebration. I actually have a book. It's like a kid's book, a kid's picture book of A Christmas Carol. I might pick a day, one of our lives in December, and we might read it. I don't know if that's something I would get in trouble for doing, but it's possible. I'd love to get the original chapter book and read that. So tonight's live is going to be mastodon and mammoth, woolly mammoth, and the American mastodon. Sorry, had to be precise. Oh, okay, guys. I will be right back. Sorry. Sorry, had to sneeze and yeah. And then decided I was hungry. So should we do that? That's a good point, Ross Lynch. Anyway, guys, I think I'm going to end live. And we will see you guys later tonight. Bye, everybody.